This is a test of your Minecraft knowledge. To pass, you must guess some of the rarest items in Minecraft. Depending on how many you get right, you will gain a rank, from a noob to Cameron 18 and even the Human Wiki. Write down in the comments which rank did you get and best of luck. Number 1. This item is a spawn egg that summons a hostile mob, so the mob will attack you no matter how nice you are. I repeat, it will beat your ass. If a lightning hits this mob, it will turn into a different mob, similar to how a villager hit by lightning becomes a witch. This mob deals the most damage out of the non-boss mobs, so if we forget about a Wither, Warden, Elder Guardian and a dragon, this mob is the most dangerous one in Minecraft. The mob spawns naturally but only in overworld, so forget about the mobs from the nether or end. This mob can spawn in any biome at any time, so it's not a biome specific mob like Drowned or a raid mob like Ravager. Last hint: if this mob dies to a skeleton, it will drop a random music disc. Add +1 to your score if you guessed Creeper spawn egg. Number 2. This item can give you an effect, but it's not a potion or a suspicious stew. There are many items in Minecraft which give you effects, like a Skulk Shrieker can give you darkness. But this item gives a positive effect. If you use this item, it will give you a custom advancement, so using this item is very significant. If you thought it was conduit, you're wrong, because this item is not interactable, meaning you can't place it like conduit or eat like enchanted golden apple. And yet somehow this item gives you an effect. There is no way to obtain it by crafting, smelting, fishing, brewing or enchanting. The only way to get this item is by killing a hostile mob. Last hint: it was added in 1.11, the exploration update, but the mob that drops the item was only added in 1.14, the village and village update. Add +1 to your score if you guessed Totem of Undying. Number 3. This item is dropped by a passive mob, but it's extremely rare and probably none of you have seen it happen. So what is the rarest mob drop in Minecraft? This item was in the game since 2010, so it's one of the oldest Minecraft items ever. This item is craftable from wood, therefore you can use it in a furnace as a fuel. But if you do that, I will put you in the furnace for being dumb, because it can only smelt 0.5 items. What were you thinking? This item can be used on a passive mob to obtain its food, just like you milk a cow with a bucket, but this item is not a bucket and the mob is not a cow. Last hint: this item can be used to craft 4 different items, but if you use any of them, you gain the item back. Add +1 to your score if you guessed bowl. We've just finished the first 3 items. Do you still think you have what it takes to prove that you're one of the smartest Minecraft players? Let's find out. Number 4. This item can be used to breed pigs, but it's not a carrot. There are 2 more items that pigs can eat, and this is one of them. Obviously, this item is a type of food, but it only restores half a hunger bar, which is the reason why no one cares about it, just like your father doesn't care to bring the milk. Anyway, you can't make this food better by cooking it. The only way to improve it is to craft it with a bowl to create a soup, which I would throw in your face for using such a horrible food item. Last hint: this item is a red crop that grows in a village. It is so red that you can use it to craft red dye. Add +1 to your score if you guessed beetroot. Number 5. This item is not unique. There are many items similar to it, just like there are many armor trims, carpets or fences. What makes it stand out is that it's not craftable like every other item of this type. The only way to make it is by smelting a plant in a furnace. If you're dumb, you can buy this item from a villager, but unless you're playing super flat, that's a massive scam, because this item is not very valuable. This item is used as a crafting ingredient for more than 50 different items, but it doesn't create anything new, it just changes the way things look. Last hint: if you thought it was lime dye, you are dead wrong, because lime dye is craftable. Add +1 to your score if you guessed green dye. Number 6. This item is not placeable and not interactable, so it kinda just sits there in your inventory until you do something about it. It is used to craft something that's useless in hardcore, so if you respawn, it's useful, but if you don't, it's useless. For example, a bat or respawn anchor would be useless in hardcore. This item can craft something similar. The name of the item consists of 2 words. One of the words is the name of an Overwatch hero, so it can be named Redstone Tracer or Sticky Widowmaker. You get the vibe. You can only obtain this item one way, by finding it in a chest of an overworld structure. This item is made from multiple colors, but all of them are blue or dark blue. Last hint. This item was added in 1.19, also known as the Wild Update that added swamps and ancient cities. Add +1 to your score if you guessed Echo Shard. Number 7. This item is a type of food that restores 3 bars of hunger, literally the same as golden carrots. But this item is weird because it's not a plant or meat, so anything that grows or grew before is out, same with any kind of animal. You can obtain this item by right-clicking with its ancestor on a very specific block. This item is unique because it clears you from poison, similar to how milk clears you from every effect, but this item only clears poison. You can turn this item to 3 pieces of sugar, but it's crafted from something completely different. After using this item, you will be left with a glass bottle, just as if you were drinking a potion, but this item is a type of food. Last hint. This item was added in 1.15, the Buzzy Bees update. Add +1 to your score if you guessed Honey Bottle. We only have 3 items left, so well done to everyone who scored above 4, but this is your final chance to get a high rank. Best of luck. Number 8. This item is a plant that can be planted on nether or overworld blocks. Most plants can only grow on overworld blocks, but this one is unique. This item is considered a flower, but it doesn't act like one. This is the only flower that can be used for breeding bees. The only flower that you can't buy from a wandering trader. Some pink YouTubers might say, this is the rarest flower in Minecraft. This flower can't be obtained by using bone meal, and it can't be found anywhere in Minecraft. The only way to get it is when it's dropped by a mob. Any mob. This flower can drop from almost every mob in the game under very specific conditions. Last hint. This item acts normal in a flower pot, but outside of it, it will damage you and give you a bad effect. Add +1 to your score if you guessed Wither Rose. Number 9. This is a block that looks like a full block, but it doesn't act like it. Any fallen block like sand or gravel will break after falling on it. Any mob or player will slightly sink into it, just like with soul sand, but they won't become slow. This block can be found naturally, but only in one overworld biome. Even snow can be found in multiple biomes. This block is really rare. If you place pointed dripstone below the block, it will turn into clay. So the block has to be clay without the drip. Undripped clay. This block can't be crafted, but it can be created using a water bottle on another block. Last hint. This item was added in 1.19, the Wild Update that added swamps and ancient cities. Add +1 to your score if you guessed Mud. Last one. This item can be used to feed chickens and tame parrots, but it doesn't have seed in the name, so it's not wheat, beetroot, melon or pumpkin seeds. I guess it's time to ask, what's the rarest seed in Minecraft? Normally, seeds can be bought from a wandering trader, but not this one. Normally, you can find them in a village farm, but not this one. This item was added in 1.20, the Trails and Tails update. The only way to obtain it is to let this new sniffer mob dig it from the ground, but unlike Torchflower seeds, you can't feed it back to Sniffer. This item doesn't grow into food, but in a light blue plant that's 2 blocks tall. Last hint. This is how the flower looks like. Only a human wiki would know the name of its seeds. Add +1 to your final score if you guessed Peach or Pot. Make sure to subscribe to not miss the next test, and watch other videos on the screen right now.